Hello, Instagram. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook friends. Hi, everyone. So excited to talk about lying. I remember taking one of my first personal development workshops, which is the Landmark Forum. Hi, Susie. I did the Landmark Forum when I was 11 years old, just before I turned 11. So it was 1981, September. I turned 11 in October, and my parents had separated, and they had each done it as adults. And so they put me into the kids forum. And I don't remember very much from it. I remember a couple things. I remember they did an exercise where they asked people if they had a headache. And if you had a headache, you raise your hand, and then they did this exercise where they wanted you to describe how big your headache was. Like, does it fit into a half cup? Does it fit into a cup? Does it fit into and then they wanted you to describe the color of it. And then they asked you do you still have a headache? And I remember lying. I remember lying at that point because I wanted to do the exercise. I was like, I want to have a headache. I want to participate. I want to know what's going on here. And that was not the first time I recall lying or wanting to lie simply because I wanted to participate. My earliest memories of lying was, and I've talked about this before, was in Catholic school, having to go to confession and confess my sins as a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, and thinking, well, I haven't done anything, and trying to come up with sins. It's like, is chewing gum a sin? Is not eating my broccoli at dinner a sin? Like, I just didn't know. So, but in that process, so going back to this transformational program called the Landmark Forum, they talk about how everybody's a liar. Everyone is a liar. We all walk around lying. And it's not like we do this consciously. We do this because we kind of have to. So we are taught that, say nice things, be nice, be kind, be polite. But if we say nice things and we are polite and kind when what we're feeling is frustrated or angry or sad, then we're lying, right? So we do this lifetime of pretending. Now, they use the word pretending, but really it's a nice way of saying lying. Like, I'm pretending that I'm happy when I'm not. I'm pretending that I'm in love with my partner when I'm not. I'm pretending that I love my job when I don't. I'm pretending that I'm friends with this person who really I don't want to be friends with, but I feel like I should be. So it's like we do these things. Social norms, familial, like the things that we learn in our family about what it means to be a part of this family and what we say and what we don't say. And we do it for self-preservation. We do it for self-preservation. We do it for the preservation of other people's feelings as well. But it is exceptionally hard to tell the truth, isn't it? It's like, if I say X, Y could happen. If I say X, Y could happen. And if Y happens, holy crap, forget about it. So I actually wrote a workshop a couple years ago, and I'm going to try and remember the name of the workshop. So, it was called Let's Get Real: How to Tell the Truth Without Losing Your Friends, Your Husband, or your friends, your partner, or your job. So what would it look like if, and I love that my client Karen is watching, because we had a session last night, and it was really about where I am and where I want to be. Where am I now and where do I want to be? And do I have to give up everything that I have right now to go where I'm going? I'm of the belief that no, we don't. But we really spend a lot of our time lying. And when we think about this, there's a huge impact to that. There's a huge impact to us pretending, faking it, saying one thing when we mean another. So if you're willing, for those of you watching in Facebook, I do these lives in my Facebook community, The Fully Expressed Woman. And I recently changed the name of the group to The Fully Expressed Woman because really, at the end of the day, when I think about it, what I stand for out in the world occurring so that I can see that, oh, wow, I've had an impact here, is that women in particular, women specifically, learn ways to tell the truth, not to other people. The place to start with telling the truth is to ourselves. Sometimes the greatest challenge is telling the truth to ourselves, right? Like, I'm not satisfied, or this isn't enough, or isn't there more? Or is that really wrong? Is it really wrong for me to want this, but also want this? So in my workshop, Let's Get Real, How to Tell the Truth Without Losing Your Friends, Your Partner, or Your Job, I talk about this part about really, learning to have the courage to tell the truth to yourself. And it requires that you look at all the places where you're not being authentic. Look at all of the places in your life where we're just going through the motions. Let's put it that way. Calling someone a liar is very triggering, isn't it? Like, it's very confrontational. I'm a fucking liar. I lie all the time. I really do. I mean, I do because I'm a human being. So I don't pretend like I'm not. And I just want to say something here. I've been relatively frank about, the issues, the challenges that I've been having in my relationship. And I don't coach people around things that I'm either not currently going through or haven't gone through before. Like, my iteration of my marriage right now is we're in a growth phase. We're in a phase where we are looking at what's possible. We're looking at what's working and what's not working. We're looking at where am I happy, where am I not happy. So what would be possible for you in your life if you decided to take an inventory of the places where you're just going through the motions? You're just business as usual. And this is what the majority of people do. The majority of people do the things. I go to school, I get a degree, I get a job, I get a boyfriend, I get married, I have a kid, I buy a house, I move up in my job. Like, I just do the things. Not necessarily questioning if the things are actually fulfilling. And I wholeheartedly believe looking at your fulfillment is an act of courage. To be able to say, am I really making the most out of this lifetime? Am I really doing and experiencing the things that would just, if I died tomorrow, I was like, I lived it up. I did it. I was authentic, and I did a good job. Even if it wasn't that you accomplished, it's not about accomplishing or achieving. It's so not about accomplishing or achieving. It's about intending and living in alignment. Living in alignment with what we believe, with what we desire. And if those things aren't, like, if I say one thing but I do another, I'm out of alignment. If I say I'm happy in my marriage and I cheat, I'm out of alignment. I'm out of integrity. And there's no judgment in it. Like, there's no right, wrong, good, bad. The days of right, wrong, good, bad, if they're not over, they're going to be. We're seeing that this is not a morality issue. This is not a morality issue. This isn't, we want it to be. Many structures in our culture want it to be right, wrong, good, bad. It's easy when it's clearly defined, but then we see, people who are creating their own lives and they're saying, I'm not happy living this lie because I'm gay or because I'm Republican or because I'm whatever it is that you're in the closet about, come out of the damn closet. Come out of the closet simply because your vitality is directly impacted by it. The level at which you can live your life truthfully is impacted by it. So come out of the closet, whatever that looks like. So the first step for this, the first step in doing this is actually telling the truth to yourself, right? Like taking an inventory of everywhere in your life where you're saying one thing but doing another, or you've promised something, but now you just don't know if you want to promise that anymore. And for me, the promise that I've made is this promise called marriage. And I am questioning, because that's what I do, I'm questioning the rules and norms and roles and functions of marriage, and asking myself, well, what is serving me? What is serving him? And what's just not? What's just not serving us anymore? Because I'm clear, and I hope you get this. Your greatest resource isn't the amount of money you have in the bank. It isn't the toys that you have. It isn't the house. It isn't even the number of children you have or whether you have a fantastic marriage. Your greatest resource is your time. It's your time. We have no idea when ours is up. So the greatest resource that you have is your time. And if you are using your time intentionally and with integrity and with authenticity, and really saying, no, this is who I am. This is who I am. I am this, and I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm even this, which doesn't seem to go with this over here, but I am. I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm this. And you actually get to own that. You actually get to start telling the truth about yourself to yourself. Most important place for you to tell the truth is over here. And this is the place where it's all about making sure that such and such neighbor down the street thinks we're a good person, and such person at work thinks we're a good person, and so ex-boyfriend or girlfriend thinks we're whatever, we're rocking life and everything's frickin' rosy. If everything's not frickin' rosy, welcome to humanity. Welcome to being a human being. And I say, embrace the shit out of that. Embrace the shit out of your humanity. Out of your lumps and bumps and out of your flaws and your failures. Change your relationship to what right is. I love that all this shit's breaking down. I love that people are questioning the concepts and the constructs and the systems and the rules. I had a client session earlier today, and I'll just wrap this up because I will. I had a session with one of my clients today, and it was what came up was completely just lost my train of thought. She is working through changing a relationship in her life and creating boundaries around what's permissible in that relationship. And really it's like conversations, like what's okay to talk about with me, what's okay to ask me, and what's not, and how do I want this relationship to go. That's a bold move, because this is just not what we do. We don't walk around and say, is this working for me? And if we do say, is this working for me, probably right directly after that is, it's fine. It's fine. Or if it's not fine, it's a big ass complaint about the other person or the other thing or the other entity or the other side. So we're either complaining or we're complicit. Like, complicit's not the word. The word I'm looking for is complacent. We're either complaining or we're complacent, right? We're like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Or we're like, or somewhere in between, or both at any time. So my question to you is, are you living your life in a way that has you lit up by it? Not victimized by it, not like, oh, this is as good as it gets, or, oh, well, I had my shot, or, oh, I'm old, or, oh, I'm married, or, oh, this is what it looks like to be a wife or a mom. Well, like, come on. Like, come on. So stop lying to yourself. That would be the first and probably most challenging step would be stop lying to yourself. And then once you stop doing that, and I don't mean stop lying to yourself, first you're going to acknowledge that you're actually lying to yourself. Like, oh, this really isn't working for me, and this really isn't everything that I want. And then you're going to take the next action. So look at where you're out of integrity with yourself, or not telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth to yourself, and then start from there. And look at, like, listen, the best place to look for this stuff is your complaints. What is your big complaint in life? And I guarantee you will find where you are saying one thing and doing another. So I talk about this in my course. I teach this in my course, Sacred Liberation, which is launching in May. I'm relaunching this program as a self-paced course where people can take this at their own pace. It's not going to be live, but there will be sessions with me as well that are live. So I talk about this in this course because this is the foundation of creating your life intentionally. The foundation of manifesting and intending and manifesting and co-creating your life is this piece. This is kind of rubber meets the road. So we all lie. We're all walking around lying, pretending everything's great when it's not, or pretending everything's shitty when it's not, or pretending that we're happy or that we're sad when we're not. And all that does is rob us of anything else that could be possible for our lives. So, thank you for listening. I will be here next week. Yes, I will. Wednesdays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Mountain time. And I just come in and talk about all this stuff. If you're not in my private Facebook group, you can find that on Instagram in my link tree. Click at the link in my bio, or on Facebook on my private page, my personal page, or search in Facebook the Fully Expressed Woman. That is my private group for women. Okay? Thanks, guys. Let me know if you really want to shift something, send me a DM and say, this is where I'm lying. It would be so awesome. I would love to just support you over Messenger. Let me know. All right? Bye.